Alright, we're in it now. In the middle of the storm. And it's blowing like 25 knots. The waves are not terribly uncomfortable, but we're moving pretty fast. We're doing like 7.5 knots consistently. We're still reefed considerably. Not all the way down, but I still want to move so we can get past this. We have probably about a 12-degree heel under sail alone. Of course, the waves knock us over to like 30, sometimes further. But yep, I just took over shift because I heard lots of water. And this is what I heard, all the stuff flying off the side, because that's where my berth was. And came up, and Jamie said that a couple of different waves were big enough to come in and go up under, squirt up underneath the canvas and come in and get her all wet. So she's wet and cold and falling asleep and miserable. So I said, that's fine, I've just been asleep. I need to let you go get some sleep. So, but yeah, as you can see, we're in the thick of it. I don't know how well you can see, but it's kind of dark. Maybe I'll do another little video in a few. That was almost knocked down. Okay, so Quedagh Merchant.
Okay, today is Sunday, July 25th, and we are loving life.
Yep. We're cruisers.
We're tired, we're dirty, we're not hungry. We just had some chicken soft tacos. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's been beating us up, man. See if we can get some waves in the background here. We've since Friday evening,
Yeah.
we have been doing our best to go around. Well, all week we've been trying to go around this big nasty storm, where in the middle it's red, meaning it's like over 30 knots. And unfortunately, Predict Wind was not predicting accurately, which what weatherman does, I guess. So we didn't get to go around it. Well, we did. I mean, we went around it, but now we're just in the 21, 22 knot area.
Which doesn't really mean 21, 22. The soft red is like 21, 22, but the reality is we've had 33 knots of wind. So
yeah.
And they say 1.6 meter waves, but they're more like more like 10-foot waves.
Hold on, we're like moving a lot right now.
Maybe more. I'm not sure.
We'll try and see if we can get the ocean in the background here.
You don't have to hold it down. You just tap right there.
Oh.
You gotta, not cover up with your
I'm new to this filming thing. Yeah.
So,
but this has been happening since Friday evening.
The storm.
Yeah, and we've been in it. Today's Sunday at like, I don't know, 6 o'clock? 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a lull right now, actually. Like for the last couple hours, it's been like 14 to 17 knots of wind, which I'm like totally happy with, to be honest with you, but I expect it'll come back up again. It's just like a little bit of a teaser, like, oh, the storm's over.
Yeah, and the waves are really bad. So this morning I was on watch and it was what? 5 o'clock?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, 5 in the morning.
And we've had some waves hit and push us over, and some water comes in the cockpit, not that big of a deal. But man, there was one that was so bad that we probably had 15 gallons of water in here. All of our pads and chairs and everything got soaking wet. I got soaking wet.
And that's, by the way, water coming in through a snapped and zipped, fully enclosed enclosure.
Like our enclosure here.
Like it still came in
Yeah.
through wherever, underneath the snaps and stuff.
Well, it busted open the snaps. Like the wave was so big, it like just, all the snaps were undone and it came in. And I was bailing out water because our floor drains, while they're great when you're like this, not like this.
Yeah.
Because it can't drain out sideways.
Well, it kind of can, but the seat drains don't, because they have to go through a tube that basically, when it's healed over, the tube has to go uphill, and it's not going to go up the hill. So water doesn't drain up, it drains down. And then on that side of the cockpit floor, the hole that's where the drain is, it's not all the way in the corner, it's like a foot away from the corner. So however much water it can hold when it's at an angle, it's just going to stay there until it leans back and then gets into the hole.
Yeah.
So I wasn't here.
So I started bailing.
I was in bed.
I had this little cup, kind of like a solo cup, and I was bailing the water out because it was just sitting there. It wasn't draining. I didn't want to keep water in the boat, so I was just scooping it out, a cup at a time.
I would have just waited.
And Caleb pops his little head up, and he's like, "Well, that was a heck of a wake-up call," because it rolled him around in his bed. I felt so bad.
And it was a big smash sound. It sounded like a...
Well, what happened was we were already leaning over because we were coming down a wave. So we were already leaning over. And then this other wave just came over out of nowhere and smacked us and just like, smacked the boat over sideways. So it was really loud because more of the bottom of the boat was exposed. So like big old slap on the butt of the boat.
Butt slap.
Yeah, butt slap.
So of course, I didn't know any of this. I heard the big old smack, and I thought, well, she hasn't called me, so it must be okay. It woke me up for sure, but...
Well, everybody was awake.
I thought,
at that point.
She hasn't called me, so I guess it must not be that bad. And then a minute later, Caleb comes in and wakes me up. It's like, hey, Mom, need your help?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, what's wrong?
Well, because at that point, the waves started getting, like, really bad. And this morning, we were surfing the waves, trying to do our best to keep the situation under control. And I saw our boat speed up at 10.3. So it's been fun. Needless to say, we're pretty exhausted.
That's really fast for a heavy displacement, full keel boat. That's really fast.
You hear that, Dennis Carter? I remember when I met you at the yacht club one day, you were like, because I know you're watching this video, you were like, yeah, your boat's nickname is the West Snail. Oh yeah, let's see your boat do that fast, Dennis. In these conditions.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but anyway, I digress. Dennis is a cool dude, but
I've seen 10 on this boat, like today actually.
Yeah.
But we were kind of surfing down a wave, so it's kind of, gravity does its thing.
But to be going that fast, it's kind of intimidating. So.
Yeah. But last night, though, level, I know we weren't going down any hills. I definitely saw 9.5.
Yeah.
We were just sailing along.
at like 9.5 knots for easily 10 minutes.
Yeah. So, and we can make, like, I can turn the camera around and we can show you the waves and the water, and, you know, you're going to look at it and be like, big deal, big deal. But it is a big deal, and it's really hard to kind of show that in a video, but yeah.
And by the way, those speeds that were acquired were with a double reef main and maybe a third of the head sail out, and that's it. That's all the sails we have out.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So, I mean, you can see behind us, like, you'll see sky and then you'll see water.
Yeah, they're not all huge. It's almost like wind, where you're sailing along with 15 knots of wind, so you trim your sails and you're like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then all of a sudden there's a 30 knot gust for like 20 seconds. You're like, whoa, I'm not really prepared for 30. I'm prepared for 15, but not 30. And then it goes away. So you like scramble to deal with the 30 knots of wind. And then whenever the 12 knot or the 15 knots comes back and the 30 knots are gone, all of a sudden everything's like, now I gotta like put more sail out, and it's just this back and forth thing that you can't like prepare yourself for, because they sort of come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they say rogue wave. They're like all rogue waves. I mean,
yeah.
You know, I think waves just come in sets, and that's really the deal. But you can't tell when the next giant thing is gonna come on you. It's
Yeah. So we got about like 300 miles to go.
I think about 370.
370 miles to go until we're in the Ventura Harbor. And then we have to make some repairs. Story of a boater's life, right? Sail and then repair, and then sail and then repair.
Our repairs are pretty minimal though. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, which we'll make a video on whatever that is too. So, that was kind of a big one.
I don't know. I just feel like when your boat swings back and forth, like literally 80 degrees from left to right, that's a pretty significant swing. And sometimes it does it all damn day. And I tried not to cuss right there. All day it does that.
Yeah, since Friday. Since Friday evening.
And it's sickening, and it's frustrating, and it makes every single thing a monumental task.
Yeah, like trying to go pee.
Yeah.
You're trying to get to the bathroom, first of all. And then you have to not fall over while you're pulling your pants down. And then for me, I have to not miss the toilet seat. Like, you go to sit down and then the toilet seat's moved. So now you have to like move with the toilet seat. And then you have
splash on you when you're sitting there, because it's the toilet water's like flopping all over the place. Like the whole thing, just like every single thing that you do on the boat, just sitting here, it's effort. Our stomach muscles are getting worked out. This arm is holding on to something because
I am the whole time.
Because you just can't. It's just effort. It's just like like I was telling her a couple days ago. It's like going to the gym. And they say, oh, you gotta go to the gym. You know, like 3 days on, 4 days off, or 2 days on and then 3 days off, or whatever. There's no off. It's like every single day at the gym for like 6 or 8 hours, except for it's not 6 or 8 hours. It's all freaking day long, all night long, 24/7 at the gym.
Yeah.
It just gets super old.
Yeah, and that's just like I have to cook like this. We have to eat like this, and it's fun.
Yeah, those 6 little steps to get down the companionway, those have turned into like flights of stairs for me. Like it's so hard to go up and down those stairs.
And I opened a door today to go to the bathroom, and then it flang back and smacked me in my ear, but it hit this side, so it hit my earring, which like nailed it into the side of my head. So it's not just that we're sitting here dealing with these waves. We're trying to do everyday things. Cooking, eating, going to the bathroom, try to go sleep, trying to put your pants on. That's a chore.
And it's not just back and forth. The boat moves front to back also, because it's going up and down hills as much as it is being thrown left and right. So it's this circular, unanticipatable like issue. And it's fun for a while, but after 10 days it's just not that much fun.
Yeah, and that bathroom door, so we're always leaning to
Starboard
starboard, and then as soon as I go to open the bathroom door, it like always hits me. It swings the other way. Doesn't matter what I do, that door, I'm like ready to take the door off.
Anyway, cruising's fun.
Yeah. Hashtag boat life.
Hashtag boat life.
So yeah, that's just to check in.
I'm still honestly glad to be here, but I know that there will be days that aren't like this at some point. I know there will be.
There's just been so many like this.
I've seen
in
so
a row.
many videos of people sailing along and having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to believe at some point it's going to happen.
Yeah, we're hearing that it's gonna die down tomorrow. So, I mean, that's what Predict Wind is saying when we pull up our gribs, and that's what our friend Ron DeRue is seeing on his end too. So
Over at Houston Command.
yeah. So
Ron.
they don't get that reference.
Well, like if you're in space and you're like, Houston, we have a problem. Like Houston's the command center.
Yeah, Ron's our Houston.
Yeah,
Ron DeRue, he's Houston for us.
He's running information for us on our satellite phone so we can have as much knowledge as possible
Yeah.
in terms of what's getting ready to happen to us, because he has a lot more programs than we have. All we have is Predict Wind, and I don't want to spend forever downloading every single model,
Whoa.
forecast model.
Sorry.
So I just get one or two, and they look sort of similar. So, but Ron can get a lot more programs. He's got apparently 3 big monitors monitoring our moves
And updating the family in our Facebook group.
So shout out to Ron. Thank you very much, Mr. Ron DeRue, for all the help.
Yeah. So, all right. Hopefully, our next video will be more upbeat and pleasant. All
Yes.
right.
Bye.
Okay, all storms are gone. Now we have, well, right now we've got 4.8 knots of wind. And look, we're going faster than the wind, which I don't believe we only have 4.8 knots, but I think the main shrouds the mizzen and makes it so I can't tell exactly, but I don't know for a fact. Something goes on weird, because I don't think I can exceed the speed of the wind by like 20%, so who knows. But I got all laundry hanging. I'll show you. So full main out, full head sail, staysail. This is a no title video. I have no reason for doing this, so
No title.
yeah, like it's gonna be a generic video. So we have no wind. That's the first thing I want to say.
Okay, but today's Monday. Remember, we did a video on Sunday yesterday. It was like 22 to 30 knots.
Yeah, it was like a storm yesterday, and today it's just,
We have currently 2.2 knots of wind.
yeah, and the sails are up there just going wham, wham, back and forth. You probably can hear it, I don't know. I know I can. Anyways, Jamie's getting ready to wash her hair because it's looking show.
If by show you mean like a greasy slick show.
Like show is junky.
I got my Earl Shive in.
Oh, I am the king of the ocean, the king of the fishermen. I caught a bluefin tuna today. I have fed my family. I caught fish
He was so excited.
at sea.
I made a video. Maybe we'll air it after this.
Yeah.
We'll like connect the two.
Yeah.
You dead already.
Okay, Otto's very excited because he just caught himself a fish.
Tuna. Looks like a little, I think it's like a bluefin, like a little feller. But, holy mackerel, that was fun.
Why don't you tell him what else you do? Mhm.
I fixed the seacock.
No.
Not the seacock, the sea pump.
What else? What else?
I
What little revelation did you give me the other day?
I'm not aware.
Are you sleeping on the job again? So apparently, when we do our night shifts, when he's like 8 to midnight or whatever it is, 7 to midnight, because I go to bed at 7, and then I get up at midnight, and I stay up from midnight to 4 or 5, depending on, you know, the sun and whatever, because he can't see in the dark. He's been going to sleep on his shift. Like, he just goes to sleep. He's out here sleeping. I myself get up at midnight and stay awake.
I'm not just laying here sleeping. Like I'll sleep for like a couple of minutes because I can't stay awake, and then
That's
then
not
I'll
what I heard.
and then I'll wake up. I told you that. I said
I know. But Caleb's like, yeah, I go out and I help Dad because he can't see from like 10 to midnight, and he just lays down and goes to sleep.
Well, if he's out there, then sure, why not? Like he's our little watch commander, and then that's what the whole goal was, for him to come out there so we could take a break, give us a break. So
Nobody gives me a break.
He came out here with you the other night, all night long, and you didn't take the opportunity to rest.
I didn't know we were allowed to sleep on watch.
It's not your watch if he's watching. That's what he's relieving you for. That's
He's a baby. You can't leave a baby in charge.
Anyway. So, yeah, no wind. It's super frustrating because we have these like really slow, rolly swells.
When you do that, people are looking up your nose.
Which are not uncomfortable in and of themselves. But I did start to put the sails down, and they make the boat swing to and fro when the sails aren't up. But when the sails are up, they smash back and forth. And I've already had to take the main back down and repair the top repair. It started coming apart again.
Yeah, but don't you think it'll be like when we were in Shoal Bay and it was just like the ferry waves and we'll get over it? I mean, they're more consistent, but it's either that or flog the hell out of our sails.
Yeah, I feel like it's better to preserve the sails. I think we need to put them down and just wait for some wind, because no wind is abusive, and I don't want to. So what? Everybody's got an up the nose.
Yeah, it's just your nose is really close to the camera.
So here, I'll let you see what's going on there.
I don't know how to turn it on when you're in camera.
I can't, I guess. So I'll just do this. Watch, it's not going to do it the whole time I'm aiming at it.
It'll do it. Here comes one now.
So we swing, and then it slaps. And those were semi-mild. They get kind of aggressive sometimes.
And we have Stay still doing that. The main is doing that, and the mizzen is doing that.
And the head sail. They're all doing it.
Oh yeah, the head sail. I forgot about that one.
They're all smashing around, and I'm sure that's bad for rigging too. So we really should just put it all down and then just, I guess, just go to bed. What else is there to do?
I'm gonna wash my hair,
All right.
and make a coffee, and then read.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna probably go to bed anyway. Quedagh Merchant standing by.